Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me for another one-man review. Today I have a little indie release from G. Davis Cathcart called 1-800-GHOSTS. It's a nice little production here. I think it's hand screen printed on the front. Not exactly sure what material it is. It feels kind of rubbery, so I think that's the ink of the screen print ink. So really nice to the touch. I believe it's a 4-color risograph. The risograph is still a process that, I don't know, I need to talk to Sean about what that is. I think it's like those old dittos that you would get, at least when I was in elementary school, your math would be like that blue ditto paper, but with 4-color process. I think that's what it is. That's kind of what it looks like. Um, I really like the hand done nature of this. I know we spend a lot of time, Sean and I, talking about production values, and when it's hand done like this, there's production issues where you get things that don't line up exactly. The registration's off, and I like that. When it's a hand done thing like this, it gives it a tactile quality that justifies it as a physical object. This doesn't feel like something you should be reading digitally or on a screen. I believe this is G. Davis Cathcart's thesis project at SVA. I think that Cathcart just graduated. I think he just graduated SVA in 2021. Looking at his Instagram, it was RISD in 2012 and graduating SVA. So I'm assuming in like a graphic narrative program or something in 2021. And then I got it through Instagram. So I'll put links to the Instagram and to where you can buy a copy of this. It's a fun book. It has a lot of influences that I enjoy in it. I see some Chris Ware with these very like hand done advertisements, and everything looks like hand lettered. So that's cool to see that like Chris Ware influence. I see a lot of like Osamu Tezuka and Seagar's Popeye in here, mixed with like a Moebius, Jeff Darrow, and maybe Michael DeForge or somebody like that. The kind of current Adventure Time set in terms of style. You get a lot of that in the art, but pretty densely packed stuff like you might get from a Jeff Darrow. So it's an interesting mix of styles. The colors are real interesting because of what I think is that risographic process. They're a little dirty and muddy, but I like that. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm pretty impressed by the fact that I'm assuming the artist hand prepared these plates, and had to figure out the colors within that. I don't know, maybe you can prepare it on the computer and then hand print it, but it has that impressive, like all the way hand done quality to it. The story's pretty fun. It starts out, I was a little skeptical. When it starts out, it's very much like talking about the characters are artists and they're running into other artists. So it's jumping time a little bit through Tribeca in New York, and then here's Museum of Modern Art in Manhattan, and this character Cedric is running, like, here runs into Robert Rauschenberg, and Rauschenberg uh, acknowledges that he's buying and erasing drawings, and then here the character has an interaction, and he says later plate bitch, which immediately got me thinking, okay, he's probably talking about Julian Schnabel, who was famous for like gluing paints all over broken plates all over canvas and the painting them. And sure enough, Julian Schnabel makes an appearance, and with Mary Boone, who's one of the most well-known gallerists and kind of, as far as I know, kind of controversial. Like getting in Boone Gallery is a big deal, but gallerists and gallerist practices are always in question. So referencing that, and then in a later page, meets Lou Reed. Yeah, Lou Reed, John Candy, and Jean Michel Basquiat, and they're constantly referencing Basquiat. So the beginning of the book to me definitely felt like, all right, I get it. You just got out of art school, you know a bunch of artists, but I don't know that it can speak. My problem with that is like I think when people come out of art school, they're so used to everyone knowing what all that means. Um, I mean, maybe the artist doesn't care. Maybe they're trying to set up this is an insular art world in Tribeca in 1980, but it has that insularity, staring at your own belly button, looking up your own ass kind of thing of like making jokes about Rauschenberg's erase drawings and Schnabel's plates. So at first I was like, yeah, it's a good narrative, good storytelling. It all reads real clear. You're a good writer, but not my thing. Then when we get to this section, the story moves away from that kind of thing, that very like hipster art school kid. Maybe it's just because I went through that. I'm skeptical of it, but not my thing. Not bad, not my thing. Then it turns into something I enjoy quite a bit, which is a interdimensional or inter-time heist where one of the characters astrally projects. The plan is that the character is going to astrally project 2 years into the future and steal Michael Jackson's Thriller. So they go and they put them in this big vat, and that allows them to astral project. You can see a lot of cool art here. Astral project to here you see them trying to record through the door of the recording session, like they'd be able to fully capture all the details of Thriller that way, and then record and release the song 2 years ahead of time, becoming the biggest, stealing Michael Jackson's place as the biggest selling musical artist. So I think that's a funny plot. Doesn't really make any sense. I mean, Michael Jackson would have been huge without Thriller, anyways. I think, but it's fun. It's a funny idea of a heist. You're gonna go forward in time and steal a song, and we're already doing time travel, so who cares if it actually makes any sense? Some really compelling pages like this. When one scene broken up into 12 moments in time. I'm always a fan of that kind of stuff. Generally good storytelling, good dialogue. Like the story moves along at a good clip. It's not. I mean, it's a weird story, but it's not incomprehensible, like flow of mind type of stuff. It's very cohesive little unit. Another page I liked formally that also kind of didn't make sense, but it's so cool looking with this like hallway fight scene. All I love pages like this always where the characters are moving and it's all one scene. I really like the way that looked. I don't understand the building here at all. They're like I don't where's the staircase? Like why are there just these hallways with drop offs? But it's not some weird cutaway where the characters we're just not showing the stairs because they're obviously interacting with the lack of stairs there. So I don't get it. I don't get what building this is supposed to be, but it's fun. Looks cool. And then I really like throughout this that this character's dress gets more and more and more saturated with this really intense red. And then you see that here. And I think within the whatever the printing process must have been behind this must have been one of the primary colors because it looks like a really solid ink and it's super vibrant. It really radiates off the page. So that makes that sequence, yeah, you can see that makes that sequence a real delight to look at. So there's stuff like that in here that even though it's all kind of silly, I don't think there's any real, I don't think there's anything deep being said in this book. It's fun. Maybe because it starts with all of these kind of art school hipster kid references to big name artists. It kind of set me up for expecting some deeper point, but I don't know. I don't really care. Just turns into a fun book. Really well done, really well printed, really well drawn, really well written. I don't want to give away the ending, but there's a fun ending to it as well. So I found this to be a compelling piece. I'm assuming, given what I've seen on Instagram and the fact that G. Davis Cathcart just graduated, that this is probably their first product, and I really look forward to seeing more of G. Davis Cathcart's work. One of the things that I really hope to do on this channel, and especially probably in these one-man reviews, is catch new stuff right as it's coming out and share the love. I love comics so much as a medium, and I'm kind of incessantly hungry for new things. And I think the best thing we can do as lovers of the medium is support look for, be proactively looking for and supporting the new projects and the people who are making their debuts and support them so they continue to make good work and continue to contribute and push the field forward. And I definitely get the feeling that we'll be seeing more. I hope we'll be seeing more from G. Davis Cathcart, and I hope you will all help support that endeavor. Thanks for following along. Take it away, Jack.